Hello, my friend. Today, I want to tell you a story that might change how you feel about learning English forever. It's not about someone born with talent. It's not about a rich student or a perfect speaker. This is a story about someone like you. He was lost. He felt small. He didn't speak English well. He didn't feel smart. But he had one thing that changed his life. He had the power to keep going, even when it was hard, even when people laughed, even when he wanted to quit. This is a story of hope, courage, and simple English practice. A story that shows how small steps can lead to big changes. As you listen, you will improve your English. And more than that, you may change the way you see yourself. Take a deep breath, sit back, listen closely. You will improve your English and your life. Now, let me tell you the story of Minho. Minho was 34 years old. He lived in a small town near Busan. He worked at a repair shop with his uncle. Every morning, he drank black coffee and took the same bus. His life was quiet, almost too quiet, and he felt stuck. He wanted to do more. He wanted to travel, meet people, and maybe get a better job. But one thing always stopped him: English. He had studied English in school, but he forgot most of it. When people spoke English on TV, he didn't understand a word. He sometimes watched tourists in the town. He wanted to help them, but he was afraid to say even hello or, "Can I help you?" Minho wasn't lazy. He just believed one big lie. You need talent to learn English, and I don't have it. So, he stayed quiet. He fixed phones, he cleaned screens, and deep inside, he wondered if life could ever feel different. His friends talked about their jobs, their families, their weekend trips. Minho listened, smiled, and felt smaller every time. At night, he walked home alone. He watched English videos online, but turned off the sound. He was scared to even listen. One night, he saw a video of a Korean man speaking English with confidence. The man said, "I was just like you, but I practiced." That sentence stayed in Minho's mind. Just like you. He didn't know this man, but something felt true. He wanted to try. The next day, Minho looked in the mirror. He said, "Hello, my name is Minho." His voice was weak, but it was a start. He laughed at himself. He felt silly, but for the first time, he didn't stop. He said it again and again. "My name is Minho. I live in Korea. I want to learn English." It was simple, but it was real. That night, he didn't watch TV. He sat with a notebook and wrote one sentence 10 times. He read it out loud. His uncle asked, "What are you doing?" Minho smiled and said, "I'm learning English." His uncle laughed, but Minho didn't care. The next morning, Minho spoke to the mirror again. "Good morning. I am ready. I am brave." His voice was still soft, but stronger. He didn't tell his friends. He didn't post online. He just practiced alone, quietly, like watering a seed under the ground. Each day, he added one new sentence. He said it many times. He looked at his own eyes in the mirror when he spoke. Some nights he felt tired. Some days he forgot words. But something inside him had changed. He had started. And starting changed everything. Not the world outside yet, but the world inside Minho was no longer the same. Minho kept talking to the mirror every morning. His sentences were short. His pronunciation was not perfect. But he didn't stop. He watched videos on YouTube. He searched for easy English practice and found channels for beginners. He chose one and listened carefully. The words were slow and clear. How are you? I am fine, thank you." He repeated each phrase 5 times, trying to match the sound. He didn't understand everything. Sometimes he paused and checked the subtitles. He wrote new words in a notebook and said them aloud. On the bus, he whispered English sentences. People looked at him strangely, but he didn't care. He was practicing. He was doing something new. At home, he closed the door and spoke louder. My name is Minho. I want to speak English well. I can do it. He started using a simple method self-talk. He spoke to himself in English about his day. I'm cooking rice. It is hot. I go to work now. I take the bus. I feel sleepy. It sounded silly at first, but it made English real. One evening, he recorded his voice. He listened back. He was shocked. His voice sounded strange. His English sounded broken. For a moment, he wanted to give up. He thought, maybe I really can't do this. Maybe this is just too hard. But then he remembered the man in the video. I was just like you. So Minho played the recording again. He didn't judge himself this time. He listened with kindness. I said real words. I tried. That means something. The next day, he made a rule: speak English for 5 minutes every morning, no matter what. No excuses, no skipping. He also made a new plan. Every week, he would learn 10 useful phrases. He wrote them on small sticky notes. He put one note on the mirror. How much is this? One on the fridge. What do you like to eat? He read the notes many times each day. He even whispered the phrases while brushing his teeth. It became a new habit. One morning, he heard tourists speaking English outside his shop. He froze. His heart beat fast. Should he say something? He took a deep breath. He walked closer and said, "Can I help you?" The words came out soft, but clear. The tourists smiled. One of them said, "Yes, thank you." They asked about directions. Minho didn't understand everything, but he smiled back. He pointed, used hand gestures, and said, "Bus. That way. Over there." It was simple, but it worked. They thanked him again. After they left, Minho felt something strong. Not just pride, something deeper. For the first time, English was not a wall. It was a bridge, a small one, but real. And he had built it with his own voice, his own effort. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Today, I spoke English. I was nervous. I made mistakes, but I did it." And beside it, he added, "I will do it again. I will not stop. I am not afraid anymore." Weeks passed. Minho's 5-minute practice became 10. His notebook filled with new words. His voice became clearer. His heart became stronger. One night, he found a method online called shadowing. He watched a video with subtitles and tried to speak at the same time. At first, it was hard. The speaker was fast. Minho fell behind. He paused. He restarted. But he liked the challenge. He chose a video for beginners and shadowed one sentence. Then again, then 10 times. His tongue got used to the sounds. Each night, he did 5 minutes of shadowing. Then 10. He copied the speaker's tone, speed, and feeling. It felt like music. In the mornings, he still did self-talk. But now, his sentences were longer. Today, I feel good. I will try my best. One rainy evening, he watched an English movie with Korean subtitles. He tried to listen more than read. He caught a few full sentences. He heard the words, "Don't give up." His eyes opened wide. He understood without reading. He repeated the sentence. It felt like a gift. That night, he turned off the subtitles. He didn't understand everything, but he didn't feel lost. He felt curious. He used the 3-pass method. First, he watched a scene with subtitles, then without subtitles, then again with subtitles to check. He repeated this every week with short scenes. Over time, the voices became clearer. The rhythm of English started to feel natural. One morning, Minho heard a tourist at the bus stop. The man looked confused. Minho walked up and said, "Do you need help?" The tourist smiled. "Yes, thank you. I'm looking for the museum." Minho pointed and said, "Go straight, then turn left." The man said, "Your English is very good." Minho laughed. "Still learning," he said. But inside, he felt something light up. He went to work smiling. His English was not perfect, but it was real. It helped someone. That meant everything. Minho started to feel more confident. He joined an online forum for English learners. He posted, "I practice alone every day. Is that okay?" People replied with encouragement. One person wrote, "Yes, I do the same. Keep going." Minho realized he was not alone. He downloaded a free English podcast for beginners. He listened while walking. He repeated after the speaker in a low voice. Some days, he didn't feel motivated, but the habit was strong now. 5 minutes became his promise to himself. He saw his old self in the mirror, quiet, afraid, but now he saw something more, a learner, a doer, someone who keeps trying. His uncle said one morning, "Your English sounds better." Minho smiled. "Thank you. I practice every day." His uncle nodded, and for the first time, Minho believed that English was not a dream. It was a skill, and he was learning it, one word at a time. One Friday afternoon, Minho came home early. The repair shop had no customers. His uncle looked tired. Something felt wrong in the air. His uncle said, "We may close next month. Business is slow. I'm sorry." Minho didn't know what to say. His hands felt cold. That night, Minho couldn't sleep. His head was full of questions. What will I do? Where can I work? What if I fail? He opened his notebook to practice English. But the words looked strange. His mind was heavy. His heart said, "Why try now?" He didn't talk to the mirror. He didn't do shadowing. For 3 days, he did nothing. His routine broke. His hope faded. He thought, maybe English doesn't matter anymore. I need money, not practice. He looked at his notebook and closed it slowly. The next morning, he walked past a cafe. A small sign said, "Help wanted. Basic English needed." He stared at it for a while. His heart beat faster. He wanted to go in, but he turned away. "Not ready," he whispered. "I'll fail. I know it." That night, he found his old recordings, one from 2 months ago. His voice was weak, slow, unsure. He listened with surprise. Then he played a recent one. His voice was stronger. His words were clear. He had forgotten how far he had come. Tears filled his eyes. "Why did I stop?" he asked himself. "I worked so hard. I cannot throw it away now." He opened his notebook. Page after page of effort, of small victories, of moments when he didn't quit. The pages spoke louder than fear. He wrote one new sentence, "I feel lost, but I will not give up." He read it 5 times. His voice shook, but he continued. The next day, he did 5 minutes of self-talk. "I feel sad, but I'm strong. I have learned before. I can learn again." That evening, he returned to the cafe. He walked in slowly. A woman greeted him. "Hi, how can I help you?" He took a deep breath. "I saw the sign." He said, "I want to ask about the job." His voice was quiet but steady. The woman smiled. "Can you speak English?" Minho answered, "A little. I'm still learning, but I practice every day." She nodded. "That's good. We need someone for mornings. Can you try one day?" Minho said yes. He felt a small fire return. He walked home in the rain, but inside, He felt warm. He had spoken English in real life again. He had said yes to fear. That night, he practiced with new energy. I can do this. I can learn more. One word, one step, one day at a time. Minho started working at the cafe. He greeted customers in English. At first, he used short phrases, but slowly, his words became longer. Good morning. What would you like? Your coffee will be ready soon. Have a nice day. He smiled with each sentence. Sometimes he didn't understand. Sometimes he said the wrong word, but he laughed, corrected himself, and kept going. The customers liked him. One said, Your English is getting better, Minho replied. Thank you. I practice every day. He became more than a worker. He became a learner, a helper, and an example for others who felt afraid. One evening, a high school student came to the cafe. He looked nervous. He asked, Do you speak English well? Minho smiled. I'm still learning. But yes, I can speak. Why do you ask? The boy said. I'm scared to speak. Minho nodded. I was too, but I learned something. You don't need talent. You just need to try, even when you feel scared. The boy looked surprised. Really? Everyone says I'm bad at English. Minho shook his head. I said that to myself too, but it wasn't true. They talked for 20 minutes. In simple English, slowly, kindly, and something changed in the boy's eyes. After that day, Minho began helping others. He wrote short posts online. 5 minutes a day is enough to begin. Talk to yourself in English. Say simple things. Don't wait for perfect. Start small. That's how I began. He shared his favorite methods: self-talk, shadowing, the 3-pass method, and writing daily in a notebook. And he always added one line. Your English doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be honest. Minho now believed something deep: learning English is not about talent. It's about time, heart, and belief in small steps. He still practiced every morning. He still learned new words each week. But now, he smiled more. He believed in himself. He looked in the mirror and said, I am a learner. I am brave. I speak English. And I keep getting better. And now, he says this to you. If I can do it, you can do it too. Start where you are. Use what you have. Let's finish this story with 5 simple lessons Minho learned. These lessons helped him, and they can help you too. 1. Practice a little every day. Even 5 minutes matters. Make English part of your life. 2. Talk to yourself in English. Don't wait for someone else. Your voice is enough. 3. Don't fear mistakes. Mistakes mean you are learning. Be kind to yourself. 4. Use simple methods. Shadowing, notebook writing, and rewatching videos really help. 5. Believe in your journey. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Now, take a deep breath. Think of where you are today. Think of where you can be in 6 months. This is your story, not Minho's, yours. And your first step is simple speak. Listen, repeat, and believe. This is your turn. Start today.